Hello everybody, it's your girl Tiffany, Madam Luscious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces High Priestess. I am reluctantly doing this video as a targeted individual already. This video may get me killed. This is going to be another missing persons video. At this point, I really don't care. You all know if anything happened to me and my daughter, that we have been sacrificed and set up and killed, and the government is surely behind it, as well as my family. So for those of you who do not know, I am from Arkansas. This missing persons report is going to be about Morgan Nick. Morgan Nick went missing when she was 6 years old. She has been missing now for 22 years. I'm doing this because I was working actually last night, and it was quite interesting because I was driving down the highway and I was actually surprised to see a billboard. They have these flashing billboards now where it like flashed different advertisements, and she popped up. And so I came home, and I really kind of didn't think about it anymore. I was just kind of like, And then I started thinking about it, and I started picking up some different things. Certain little visions that I was having about it. And so I ended up doing a spirit reading. There's some good news, but there is some bad news to this story. Morgan Nick went missing from Arkansas, where I am from. So I'm doing this story in efforts to help someone who cared about her and who need closure. However, what I'm about to reveal is going to be shocking. Hopefully, the video don't cut off. And so I'll just probably have to piece it together and figure out what to do from there. Okay, so the images that you see is Morgan Nick from the time she went missing, even up to an age progression photo of her that they came up with. These are all different images of her, but this is the same little girl. She went missing when she was 6 years old. However, she's not a little girl anymore. So let me get into this. Morgan Chauntel Nick. She went missing on June 9th, 1995. She has blonde hair, blue eyes. She is Caucasian. She was 6 years old when she went missing. She is from Alma, Arkansas. Her date of birth is September 12th, 1988. First of all, before I seen this here, I didn't see this right here. This abductor sketch that they came up with until like later. But with the visions that I was having, I started just kind of writing things down. This was a white male who had either blonde or light brown hair. He was middle-aged, somewhere in between 30 and 45 years old when he abducted Morgan. He was clean-shaven, but he had a beard. This was the summertime, but I see him with some kind of jacket on. He has a habit of putting his hands in his pocket with, or like both hands in the pocket, with the thumb sticking out. He would do this when around younger people, like anxious in a way, but it was done in a manner to keep from touching someone in plain sight so that he wouldn't be seen. I also noted that his shirt was tucked in. He had like a casual style type of shirt, like a polo style shirt. And he had a belt on, and I believe the pants were jeans and some type of casual pair of shoes he had on. So now I'm going to get into the reading. As I said, this is going to be rather shocking. I really was feeling sorry for Morgan Nick's mother throughout the whole time doing this, but I got a huge shocker at the end, and so here we go. The good news is Morgan Nick is alive. Okay? The status of her situation, Morgan Nick is alive, and the reading is as follows. As of today, August 4th, 2021, she is being prostituted in the sex industry. She was sold into the sex trade, human sex trafficking. She is currently in Florida. She was abducted and trafficked from or for the underground sex ring. She was not taken at the request of elites, but they are aware she has been sold into underground sex trade. She is being abused while she's being pimped out. Morgan Nick does not know her real identity now. I'm not sure if they changed her name or something like that, but she is not aware of her real identity right now. She has become pregnant or had a child or children while being pimped out in the sex ring. Her baby or babies were taken, either given away, sold, or adopted out. Morgan is no longer with her original kidnapper. She was sold to a second kidnapper by the first kidnapper. She was sold into the sex ring by the second kidnapper. She is not homeless at the time, so she's not out on the streets. She's not prostituted on the streets either. She's with a very organized sex ring, underground sex ring. The leaders of the sex ring arrange all of her dates to prostitute her out to certain individuals. Okay. She is able to get away, but she don't know where to go because she doesn't know who she is. Morgan is brainwashed at the time. She is under severe mind control, which is another reason she wouldn't be able to get away. But she do have, I believe, some access when she can come and go, or some freedoms where if she had the mind to get away, but she has been held captive for so long that she wouldn't even know how. Morgan has been used as a presidential model before, so she has been pimped out to elite officials. She has been what is considered a presidential model. So when high-profile individuals in power have these elite gatherings, she has been used as a presidential model. Those in the know what I'm talking about. Morgan has been to the White House before also. She is amongst a large group of other girls, women, and children being prostituted. They are all being kept in a warehouse building. The leaders of the sex ring are Iranian. I specifically asked of several different races. Were they black? I gotta know. Were they white? I gotta know. Were they Mexican or Latina? I gotta know. And when I said Iranian, I got a direct answer of yes. Her handlers, the leaders of the sex ring are Iranian. She was sold twice. Let me scoot this up, guys. Let's see. She, where am I at? She was sold twice before making it to the sex ring, okay? The original kidnapper took her at age 6. He sold her at age 8. The second kidnapper had her from age 8. He sold her at age 9. The third kidnapper, which was the sex ring, that is where she has been since she was 9 years old. Morgan has been used in underground porn. Morgan has been pimped out and sold for prostitution to wealthy elite officials. So they are fully aware who she is and have used her for their own ill wills. Morgan was first prostituted at age 7 years old. Morgan, original abductor, had kidnapped and sold other children before her. The information that I have about the original abductor. This is the abductor that took her from the Little League baseball game at the baseball park in Alma, Arkansas. The original abductor. For 1 year to 1.5 years, Morgan was with the original kidnapper. He sold her to a second kidnapper at age 8 years old. The original abductor's vehicle at the time of the abduction was black. The original abductor is from Arkansas. The original abductor still lives in Arkansas, specifically Little Rock. I ended up saying something when I got that because it made me mad as hell. And I spoke out loud, and then I got a message from Spirit. I said, he's a old, my exact words was, he's a old back in the woods nasty motherfucker. So that's what I wrote down. Sorry for my language. He raped Morgan before she was sold. So he raped her several times before he sold her. He didn't take Morgan because he was asked to. And I kind of got some conflicting messages on that because the information that I have coming later is such a shocker. I'm not sure how he would not have known of been triggered to or asked to. Nevertheless, he did not take Morgan because he was asked to, is what I got from Spirit. He has no known ties to law enforcement or government in Arkansas. This is the original abductor. The original abductor, he took Morgan to use her and to sell her for money. Before I go any further, like I said at the beginning of this, I felt so bad originally for the mother. And when I was getting the beginning of the reading, I was like, oh my God, if Miss Colleen knew this, she would wig the hell out. And then I got some other messages, but I made notes. These are my original notes, guys, and then I wrote it more, legibly so I could present it to you all. But I had some questions or just for myself for the reading. Morgan Nick was at a Little League game with her mother at a baseball field. Her mother's name is Colleen Nick. My first question, my first thought is, where's the father? I couldn't find the father's name, so I put, where is he? Because I wanted to know, did he have anything to do with this? I later got a clarification of no. I also asked myself, why was the Little League game so late? According to certain notes, Morgan Nick asked her mother supposedly to play with her friends to catch lightning bugs at 10:30 p.m. that night. Supposedly a Little League game was going on that late. I found that to be very suspicious. She played with her friends for a while. She stopped to dump sand out of her shoe. Her friends reported back to her mom, but they left her. So I had another question. I said, why didn't Morgan stay with her friends? Why did her friends leave her? Because when her friends got back to the mom, they told the mom they seen her talking to a strange man, and that Morgan was waiting by their car. My next question was, why did Morgan leave outside of the park and go to the parking lot when that's not where they were supposed to be? This girl was only 6 years old at the time. What mother would let at 10:30 at night just let her daughter wander off? So I was kind of wondering about that. I'm like, something is not right with that. Why didn't the friends stick together? I mean, how many 6-year-olds, and like, how old were these other friends? Because how many 6-year-olds do you know, is just speaking that fluently and be like, oh, she was with a strange man and you just ran off and left her. However, they claimed that when they got to the parking lot, she was not there. The last time they claimed that she was seen was at 10:45 p.m., which was 15 minutes, supposedly, after the time that she asked her mother could she catch lightning bugs with her friends. I just kind of wondered why she didn't stay with her friends. And another thing I was wondering was, I asked myself, what little kids keep up with the time while they're playing? Because specifically they made it seem like the kids said came back at 10:45, and they said that was the last time that they had seen her. So I'm like, what little kids, like, 5, 6-year-old, 7-year-old little kids is keeping up with the time while they're playing to say, oh, the last time I seen her was at 10:45. If her friends seen a creepy man, why leave her alone? And why did Morgan Nick go to the parking lot, supposedly, by her mom's car instead of back in the park? So these were some concerns I had. I just gave you the information about the original abductor. I was feeling bad about this. I'm like, oh my God, Miss Colleen, if I do this reading, she hears this, she's liable to be so freaking shocked. But then Spirit start sending me messages about her. So this is the part I may get attacked about, just to let y'all know. Besides the fact that she's been pimped out to elite people in power and been a presidential model and things. But nevertheless, here we go. The mother is named Chauntel Nick. She was aware. Spirit tells me that she was aware that this was going to happen the night that it did to her daughter. Spirit also tells me that Chauntel had an ex-boyfriend whom is a con artist, I got, of some kind, and is involved or is aware of what happened. Spirit also tells me that Morgan Nick's disappearance was a setup. I was told that Spirit told me that Colleen purposely set up her daughter to be abducted. And then I got from Spirit Order of the Rose. When I got that message out from Spirit, as I've showed you all before, when I pull the messages, I have this bowl that the messages come out of. These all on this reading here, I literally asked Spirit for yes and no questions. So everything I'm telling you all, I specifically asked Spirit these questions, and I got a yes or I got a no. And specifically, Spirit gave me further messages to go along with it. I have real crystals that I put in the bowl with the messages, and when the messages pops out, sometimes crystals pop out with it. So when I got the answer that Morgan Nick disappearance was a setup, and then I asked Spirit, I said, did Cotling purposely, set up her daughter, or did somebody else set this up, or what? Is when I figured out that she not only knew that this was going to happen, that this was a purposeful setup. A rose quartz crystal, a rose, came out, and I said, Spirit said, she's a rose. And I immediately thought of, and then I got from Spirit Order of the Rose. Those in the know knows what Order of the Rose is. The elites use symbols Order of the Rose. They use it for their sex kittens, for their mind controlled sex kittens. Many of them who are trafficked, and they are put on private planes and jets and different things to service these elites people. They have these roses embedded and printed on the seat. They come in different colors, and depending on what color it is, it will trigger your sex programming. Morgan Nick is severely under mind control right now. Also, I ask Spirit, or I got from Spirit, Colleen was rewarded some kind of position, title, role, advancement, or financial compensation for selling out her daughter to be sold into sex slavery. And down here, I put babies for benefits. People are unaware just how many sellouts there are in the world. And these individuals are sacrificing, selling out, and they sell their soul. They sell out to these satanic powers that be, and they are selling, they are sacrificing, having their children, their own children sacrificed for financial gain, for certain positions, titles, roles, advancements, and different things. This is going on every day. A lot of people assume that this kind of stuff only happen amongst powerful, elite people or celebrities and things. There are some regular, everyday, average Joe citizens who have sold their souls to this beast system. And for certain incentives, certain financial gains, certain levels of success and comfort in this new world order beast system in which we live in, many times a sacrifice has to be made, a blood sacrifice. And a lot of times when people hear blood sacrifice, like I've said before, blood sacrifice does not always have to do with the killing of a victim. A blood sacrifice can be a situation such as this, selling out your child to be abducted and used for the purposes of the sex trade, used for the purposes of elite individuals in power. I'm not sure if Morgan Nick can be rescued. Like I said, she is in Florida. She is being held in some type of warehouse building. She is severely brainwashed and under mind control. She's been so traumatized that this has been devastating. She has been missing for 22 years. I'm not sure if she can be rescued, and that's like the heartbreaking part about all of this, because a lot of times, having visions or having a gift to do this or that or whatever, is heartbreaking sometimes, because it's like, what can I do about it? How can I help? How can I be of assistance? I wish she could be found. I hope she can be found. I've told you all so many times, these blonde hair, blue-eyed babies are the elite's favorites. These are the ones that they turn into their high-priced, high-paid prostitutes, presidential models, as they call them, for elite individuals. Other individuals that get kidnapped and trafficked, sold into sex slavery, they are used, they are abused, they are killed, and they are tossed away. But you have those of them, many times, who often look just like Morgan Nick, with blonde hair and blue eyes and Caucasian. And these people go missing, and they're never to be seen from or heard from again. Also, in conclusion, If you all need to pay attention. There I have been seeing from shows to movies a lot of different situations centered around whales. These elite people in power, they know exactly what happened to Summer Wells, the 5-year-old girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, that is missing right now from Tennessee. My first initial thought with that situation is that she had been sold into sex slavery to be sex trafficked. But I kept getting the overwhelming feeling that she had been hurt some kind of way when doing her reading. And so I reported what I was feeling, and I reported what the reading said. Pay attention, guys. The signs and the symbolisms are everywhere. I have seen a movie. It's called The Silver Cord. I think it was like the trailer of a movie or a show or something. And there's this other show. I forget the name of it, but they are advertising sinister things in there, showing a whale. I'm showing all kinds of symbolisms, and I know that they are making a mockery. They are making references to summer whales and what happened to summer whales. That may sound strange or crazy to you all, but when you have the ability to see and know the signs and the symbolisms, and know when you hear certain things and see certain things and know what is being done, then you will know where I'm coming from. I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to make up these things. I have no, I get no personal pleasure or thrill or anything to report anything badly about any one of these situations. I hate that these situations are even going on in the first place. I think it's horrific. I'm being as honest as I possibly can about this. I was kind of skeptical about doing this, but this kind of came to me. I really wasn't even, not to say I wasn't thinking about her. Well, I really wasn't. But I got several different signs about her, and she's been missing for so long. I was surprised to see that billboard up. And I end up seeing something else with the mention of her. And so signs and symbols come to you in many different ways. And I was kind of led to do this reading. And so I just did it on a whim to see, let me see what I get. But what I got in her reading is a lot of the reason why I've been hesitant to do Madeleine McCain's reading, as well as JonBenet Ramsey, because I know both of those cases link directly back to these satanic powers that be, as this one did. Nevertheless, you all, I wish everyone peace, love, and light. And as I always say, take care of yourself, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies. Namaste. And by the way, if anybody see Morgan, Chauntel, Nick, try to assist her, try to help her in some kind of way. She is in Florida right now, but she gets pimped out, passed around, and she gets traveled to different places depending on who wants her. Because of the fact that she's older now and been a part of the ring now, and she's so much under mind control, they trust her to a certain a level. I think at times she is free to do certain things. That's like perfect opportunities for her to get away if somebody could just notice her. This is the age progression photo. I'm not sure how close or how accurate that could be of the sketch that they did of her. So if anybody see her, call authorities, alert somebody, try to help her. You may not want to just grab her or something like that, because like I said, she is highly under mind control and things, and so she probably would be triggered or prompted to aggressively fight back or something because of so much that she's been through. But if you see something, say something. And maybe it's somebody out there that cares enough to try to help her. I hope this brings closure to someone. It did not make me feel good at all to find out those things linked to her mother. I was hoping, I felt like this might be a case where this awful thing happened, and this is, this was a single distraught mother whose, just heart got ripped away the day that, her daughter came up missing. But more often than not, it's so many people who are unaware that people have sold their souls for a little bit of nothing, and in the end it's not worth it because their babies end up being sacrificial lambs. Nevertheless, you guys, like I said, peace, love, and light. I will talk to you all later. Bye.